Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Hit and Move all day 24-ounce training gloves. So check it out. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here, and today I'm doing a review on the Hit and Move all day 24-ounce training gloves. It comes in this black and gold colorway. Velcro closure. It's designed here in the United States and manufactured in Pakistan. It utilizes full genuine leather construction, and it is essentially design-wise the same glove as their other all-day training gloves. The only key difference is going to be a heavier glove coming in at 24 ounces, which is roughly 1.5 pounds. When I put these on the scale, they actually came in at 23.5 ounces, so about a half ounce underweight, but that's not a huge deal. I mean, you can really tell the weight difference. Even when these got delivered to me in the mail and I picked the box up, I already knew just by picking the box up the big difference in weight. And when you hold the gloves, you can definitely tell that there's added weight there. Now, this isn't the first time I've used weighted gloves. I've used weighted gloves in the past, although design-wise they were a little bit different. I've had some title gloves that actually had the weights that were modular, where you can actually slide the weight into the wrist section of the gloves. I know Ring the Cage actually makes weighted gloves all the way up to like 50 ounces. Hopefully I could try those out one of these days. I couldn't imagine what a 50-ounce glove feels like. I mean, it's probably going to be, obviously it's going to be double the weight of this, so it's going to be extremely heavy. But the whole premise behind this particular glove is, in my opinion, anytime you use a weighted glove like this, is really to help increase your muscular endurance. And there's a debate, yes, about hand speed. Will it increase your hand speed? In my opinion, long term, not really. I feel like hand speed kind of comes more natural. Some guys are born with just faster hand speed. Can you improve it? I feel like you can slightly improve your hand speed by doing certain kind of conditional drills to get your fast twitch muscles to react a certain way. But in my opinion, I really don't feel like weighted gloves do that. I feel like they're more for conditioning and endurance. So if you were to use these gloves, say you train 12 rounds on the heavy bag with these 24-ounce gloves, right? And you do that for a week. And then next week, you take these off and you go back to your typical 16-ounce training gloves. You'll notice a huge difference in the duration that you can do your heavy bag work for, because now your muscle memory and your body, biologically, I guess you can say, it's used to that 24 ounces of that weight. So now that you put on the 16 ounces, your body's like, whoa, this is way lighter than I'm used to. I mean, I can go on forever. So I feel that's the biggest benefit of a 24-ounce glove, is that you're basically conditioning your body to carry that heavier amount of weight. And when you do go to a lighter glove, I feel like you can last longer, and that's my opinion. So design-wise, you can see that it has a medium to compact build, just like their other all-day training gloves. The leather on here has a semi-gloss finish to it, a nice textured grain to the leather. You have the Hit and Move logo in gold. It utilizes their dart padding. And the way that this padding is structured, you can see it has a nice medium density. It's not overly solid or too light. It's essentially the same as the other dart padding they use in training gloves, but what they end up doing is they incorporate the added weight into the padding, which is a patented technology they use. So it's distributed evenly throughout the padding, rather than the weight being stuck to the bottom collar of the glove or somewhere on the glove where you have to add it to the glove, and then it kind of makes the weight a little bit uneven in terms of the position of where it is on the glove. So it is actually part of the padding itself. So you can see that the glove is well balanced in that regard. You have the Velcro closure, you have the Hit and Move logo with the leather strap. It does say 1.5 pounds for the weight tag right there. Rotating onto the palm side, you can have the ventilated holes right there on the palm. A nice medium-sized grip bar with 1.5 pounds. It does say all day plus on the thumb, with leather attached thumb as well. And ventilated holes on the thumb, the gold piping around the thumb, double stitching, and you can see that right there. The Hit and Move logo again towards the bottom of the Velcro strap. A nice Velcro Hit and Move right there, and then of course their tricot liner on the inside, nice and smooth. You also have about a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of padding. And you can definitely tell that they use EVA, and then they line it on top with a softer padding, which is more comfortable to your actual hand, your physical hand. Feeling that against your skin is much more comfortable. So designed in the United States, genuine leather. And then you have about a 1/4 of an inch of padding on the inside that goes up to right about here, as well as on this side, and tapers off. Now, quality of these gloves are really nice, superb quality. I mean, just like the other Hit and Move products I've used in the past, I haven't had any issues in terms of quality with these gloves. You can see the padding has stayed consistent and true. The leather looks really good. No issues with any kind of stitching issues. I guess it being 0.5 ounces under its advertised weight of 24 ounces can be considered a small QC issue, being 0.5 ounces under. But again, I mean, you're at 24 ounces for a glove. You can definitely feel the weight that's added to it. And I don't, honestly, that 0.5 ounces is not going to make a huge difference in terms of training, in my opinion. But you can see everything looks really clean. Well-balanced glove. You know, for a glove that's much heavier than when you're used to, you can see that regardless if I hold it at the very bottom, I can hold it just with my 3 fingers, or at the very top, you have 0 sag. And I can hold it in front of you like that. I can hold it at the fingertip compartment, and you have no sag. So I love that. I call that the no sag test, I guess, if you want to call it the technical or the official word for that test is no sag, and that's nice. You know, that means that the glove has been structurally, like the integrity of the glove is really good in terms of the midsection of the glove, that you don't have that floppiness. You can see the Velcro looks good. The stitching, the leather is bonded nicely to the foam, and the logos look really clean. So no issues there. The comfort of the gloves, you slide your hand in here, they're extremely comfortable. That liner feels fantastic against my hand. You know, being a larger glove, I'd say that the hand compartment is a perfect size. It's not too small, it's not too large. If you have larger hands, bigger fingers, longer fingers, I think this would accommodate you really well. The thumb positioning is perfect. It's not too short. Even if I make a fist, it doesn't pull down on that attached thumb and choke the tip of my thumb out. You know, you get that with some gloves. And same thing with the piping around the lower fat portion of my thumb. No issues there. And the wrist support feels good. The finger width is perfect, not too wide, not too narrow. Neoprene pad covers the stitching. And it has a fairly broken in feel. It does take a little bit of breaking in, but overall it's not an overly stiff glove, and you can definitely feel that grip bar as well. So overall the comfort on these are really good. I have no issues whatsoever in terms of the comfort level of the gloves. Protection and performance. Now, this being a heavier glove, some may think, well, because it's heavier, that means that there's going to be more foam and it's a more protective glove. Not necessarily. I just feel like the weight is there, but in terms of the performance, they're essentially the same as their traditional all-day training gloves. The only difference is they're just heavier. So for me to say, well, these protect your hands more than the others because they're heavier, I don't believe so. I feel like the padding has the same consistency as their all-day gloves. It's just that it's a little bit heavier in terms of weight. So when I'm hitting the heavy bag and I'm training with these, you know, I still get the same level of protection, the same level of pop. The only difference is I notice that I've fatigue out a little bit quicker. So say you're four rounds in doing your heavy bag work, you'll start to notice it. You'll start to get a little bit more lactic acid buildup in your shoulders and your deltoids and the muscle groups because your body, you know, isn't used to using a heavier glove. If you're like myself, I use bag mitts quite a bit. I have my rival mitts that I've been using a lot, these RB60Cs. You know, if you go from like these RB60Cs, which are super light, I think these are like, I want to say 8 or 10 ounces, and then you go to a 24-ounce glove. I mean, you can even see the size of it. You'll notice a huge difference. So say I train with these for like the next week or so, and I take these off and I start using these. I mean, I'll probably be able to go like twice as long using these rival RB60s compared to using this Hit and Move. So from a conditioning standpoint, you know, if you're a competitive boxer, whether you're at the amateur or even at the pro level, I think this would definitely be very beneficial for those of you that maybe are in training camp and you want to work on your stamina and your endurance, these would definitely be a great asset, because when you get into your fight, obviously the gloves are going to be a lot lighter, and I feel like this would be an advantage for those of you that are looking to increase how long you can go consistently for. So, but yeah, as far as the padding goes, I don't feel like there's any difference compared to their lighter 16-ounce training gloves or their 14-ounce. To me, it's the same in that regard. Same level of shock absorption, same level of feel. Not too overly stiff padding. You know, it's not like a gel padded glove where it absorbs all the impact and you don't really feel your knuckles go through. I'd say it's a very well balanced style of padding. Cost wise, these gloves are $229. Now there's a price increase from their traditional all day gloves to these because of the weight. So they're definitely a little bit on the higher side. If you're looking for a really good training glove that's weighted, I think this is probably one of the best choices out there. It is a little bit on the expensive side, but if you're looking to make the investment for something that is heavier in weight and it feels like a traditional training glove, it doesn't feel kind of like a, what's that word called? You know, it doesn't feel like an anomaly. You know, there's gloves that you get and it feels like it's not really a traditional training glove. Yeah, you have to add weights to it. This, you can still use these for sparring. You could use this to hit the bag. You could do the hit the mitts with these, hit the pads. So it's essentially the same thing as before with the training glove, except that the weight is kind of hidden in the glove. You don't really notice the fact that it's built into it, other than just the weight of it, feeling it. So you don't have to worry about any added features that might take away from the performance of the glove, and that's just my opinion. But $229, I wish the price was sub 200. I mean, I know there's a price jump because of the added weight that they had to put in here, but to me it would be a much more attractive glove being a sub $200 glove. And considering that there are other weighted gloves out there, I think people would kind of consider that. They would look at it and be like, well, if I spend $229, if I look at the ring cages, I can get those for like 120, 130, or I don't know what the price is. I can't remember off the top of my head. Or I'll just, you know, bite the bullet and get myself some cheaper gloves that have the weight at the bottom and just deal with it. So it just depends on the budget level. But I mean, I get it. I understand the technology behind it, and I definitely like the way these gloves perform, and will continue to use these as a part of my training. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these hit and move all day 24-ounce training gloves. I'll see you guys later. Take care.